to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here with Monday Night Raw on the Go Home show before Judgment Day, the Raw exclusive pay-per-view. And we have our pre-show to start things off, where we are experimenting again, as we said in the last few episodes. We put in the bigger names against some of the NXT talent to see whether it can boost them up a lot quicker. And, well, first one's first. We have Dolph Ziggler defeating Cody Hall in a C+, which is a very good match. And, of course, Dolph's the one that improves. And these matches are not done because they have no storylines going forward. It's because they don't have the match on the card, so we might as well give the crowd a little something to cheer for without wearing out the superstars with long 10 to 15 minute matches on the main show. So, our next one is Miz, Jahinda and Heath Slater defeating Hawkins, Bravo and Jensen, and they all work really well together, those three from NXT. The Miz was the standout guy, 50, happy enough. Next up we have Roderick Strong versus Bo Dallas. I have recently, as you may have seen, I put Bo Dallas back in NXT. It was the only contract he was ever going to get if he wanted to stay. So he needs to go back down there to redevelop his character completely. The number one contenders for the tag team title, the Uprising, beat Carino and Finlay. It's 57, which is quite very good. Shows improvements. And then we have Kevin Owens beating Biff Busick. Again, every episode I say Biff's getting better, and he is consistently. It won't be long till we see him. I just have to figure out how. But I also say every episode. Brian Kendrick defeated Rhino. Brian Kendrick's back from his suspension. I don't think he deserves to be on TV quite yet, unless he's going to be losing, because he was gone for nearly 5 months for rehab. I was furious about it. So, yeah, even Rhino was not happy, even though he's come up from NXT about losing. The Ring Kings defeat Barry Griffiths and Trevor Murdoch. Yeah, this was just because they need a win. And then we have John Morrison defeating Kevin Kyle in our main event. I was expecting something slightly better, but still. We'll head into the main show now. We start the show with Triple H, with his number 1 and 2 men, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, either side of him. He says, what happens at Judgment Day is we walk out the champion, and then we're going to come for the rest of the gold in the company. And to start things off, my boys here are going to show the tag team champions that they could be beaten at any day. But we're also going to have Daniel Bryan, Kurt Angle and Roman Reigns in action tonight. So let's see just how well all these main eventers for Seth Rollins' title do. As we've seen now, Dean Ambrose has now joined the Authority. He was just a heel, but now he's part of this. So anytime they're in a match, anytime Seth Rollins has a match, the likelihood of Dean's going to be in there to make it triple threat, which technically will make it 2-on-1. And if Seth can't take the pin, Dean's going to be either laying down or keeping the title for the Authority. And it's a 91, which I think is really good. This also brings up enough chance to tease if we are going to do what happened with Seth Rollins in real life, where he turns face. So yeah, I like this. And our first match is the Certified G's versus Ambrose and Rollins. And it got a 79B with Rollins and Ambrose hitting 99 and 98 for performance. My god, that was impressive. I didn't want to put the tag title gold on the line because I'm not going to give them the tag titles. And I think they'll go mental if they lose to Seth Big Cass or Enzo. So that's why that happened. And afterwards, the Uprising come out and just continue to beat down on the Certified G's. No warning before Judgment Day. The next one we did was Kurt Angle defeating Ryback. Yeah, The people the heels had to face weren't quite as good because they've been doing. No, the faces had to face because the heels they've been facing have always been either involved in a rivalry with them, so I didn't want to have any repeats. I wanted to test a few things out as well. So this worked Kurt Angle with the win. Dolph Ziggler calls out The Miz. He's demanding answers for what happened last week. The Miz cost Dolph Ziggler his match against Chris Jericho to be part of the title match coming up at Judgment Day. So Ziggler challenges The Miz to a match to shut him up because just because he lost his title matches doesn't mean I have to lose mine. 78 is really good for those two. I have put that match in already. This was a bit of a throw together match, and we have Jay Lethal and the New Day. Lou beating Del Rio and the Shining Stars. Jay Lethal beat Primo. Yep, I said I was going to start pushing Jay Lethal in some direction, and in this future I see one where he's part of a fatal four-way to become the number one contender in the future. For this belt, but Bad News is going to try and hopefully beat Sami Zayn for, and he's continuing to say why he thinks he's going to beat him. It's an 80, it's another really good rating. This leads into the next match, which again is a really good rating again, where Bray Wyatt and Sami Zayn lose to Samoa Joe and Bad News Barrett. Bad News pins Sami Zayn thanks to Kevin Owens distraction. Yep, I've kept Kevin Owens in this match. I wanted Sami to take the pinfall rather than Bray. I wanted Bad News to get the pinfall over Sami rather than Samoa Joe. Yeah, but I needed Kevin Owens to be involved in the distraction on these two, as he will be facing Bray Wyatt for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Big E continues his rants against Kofi Kingston. Kofi should never be champion. He'll be champion once Judgment Day is done. And he proves this in a very good match again, which a bit of a squash on Ty Dillinger. Yeah, I like Dillinger. He's good at these sort of matches. He's great at putting talent over. Big E again looking good in the ring. And then we have, this is I think the worst match of the night so far. And that's not bad for a 61 on the main card. And we have Neville, Gabriel Swagger, and American Alpha losing to Baron Corbin, Curtis Axel, Carlito, hashtag DIY. There's so much going on here. Chris Jericho distracted Swagger to keep that storyline going. I could have put Jericho in this match because he is being used in another match. Samoa Joe now calls out Finn Balor, demanding answers for why he appeared on the Titantron during his match last week on Raw. In our next match, Roman Reigns defeats Luke Harper. Good sort of match, 78 again. The matches are all coming off great. And then Bray Wyatt. He tells Kevin to watch out because that Money in the Bank briefcase will mean nothing if I cash in beforehand, which he can't because Seth Rollins will be going on after him. In my main event, which again, an 81. This has been one of my best match-wise shows I've ever put together. Daniel Bryan defeats Chris Jericho, an 81. I'm really happy with that decision. I wanted to see what these two were like together for any future ideas. An 81, nice rating. And we end with Ambrose and Rollins coming out to take out Daniel Bryan, looking to hopefully make it a 4-way match before Judgment Day. Well, I think we could have easily got into the 80s on this show. We're at 82, which I think would be one of my best Raws I've ever had. An attack is the only thing that got less than a 60 on the main card. And a week tag team match, 2 week tag team matches, and a promo from two guys for building up The only other one's less than 70. This was really good. So we'll head back to the main screen to show you the full Judgment Day card. And we are back live here on Monday Night Raw. Well, not so live, but never mind. Davey Richards has gone to Ring of Honor. That's good. And Sanjay Jump, after his departure, has gone to Dragon Gate. The decisions. Because our reputation is growing, wages go up all the time. The same people moaning about being undevelopmental. We don't care. They're all commentary guys, so I've got no room on the commentary table. Storylines for Raw. At 77, this one's going well. This one's working well enough as of that. This one could steal the show again. This will always be weeks over that. TV title fizzling along. Yeah, it's gone on quite a long time before we have the proper match. This one is going to be interesting to see how the match turns out. And the world title is getting better. They've got Dolph and Miz both wanting to have a shot eventually at this belt. So yeah, I'm happy with that whole lot. And the chemistry, he is hot. Rusev, Samoa Joe off Raw. And even though giving Kendrick a few wins, he's not really going in the right direction. As I said, we'll look at the Judgment Day card. Pretty stacked card, to be honest. We have probably too many matches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But 12 matches. This will probably be a pre-show match, the 4-on-4. And otherwise, I think the rest of potentially have to be on the card. If I am to bump one, it'll probably be that one. But we've got Corbin and Morrison looking to become number one contender for the Intercontinental. A submission match between Jericho and Swagger. This is because Swagger injured Jericho. Dolph and The Miz, Sammy versus Bad News. And we have Bray versus Kevin Owens for the Money in the Bank briefcase that Bray holds. Samoa Joe and Finn Balor. It's a bit of a rushed one. There's a chance we could twist this into being an angle on the night rather than a match. I like to have a tag team title match. I have to have this match because it's been getting dragged on for weeks. As this one, yeah, this will be a good match. Biggie versus Kofi for the title. This fatal 5-way, I think, could be something special if worked out correctly. But we'll be back next time with SmackDown. So we'll see what the ladies are up to. Thank you for watching.